I thought Pete did his job, went out there and gave us 5 complete. Good to see Jared back out there and command the ball, and nice to get Sam in the mix. Sam has been working. He's been a little bit injured in the early spring and been a little frustrated and made some adjustments on his delivery. So get him in there. He's got good stuff, and hopefully he's a shot in the arm from the left side. Offensively, what a night. I mean, a lot of guys have big nights. Hodo was awesome. And of course, top of the order was good. And, I think we continue to show some patience, which is also a part of our offense. And they did a nice job of not really getting out of the zone, not playing the score, but to continue to have good at-bats. And Silas was great tonight as well. So with that being said, it's nice to see some guys continue to come off the bench and contribute.
Joe Cook, start us off.
David, you've got own the dish plastered all over the stadium. That's y'all's phrase. Was this one of those games that's about owning the dish and just playing your game instead of playing the opponent?
Oh, we talk about it every day. It's always about us. And it doesn't matter if we're playing South Carolina or if we're playing, Rio Grande Valley or Baylor or whomever. It's about us. And, we want to try to get better in every aspect. I mean, there's some things going on in our base running. We need to continue to clean up and to be in a really good spot to advance and to read the ball well. And I think the kids are locked in on doing that.
Dustin, go ahead.
David, does it give you some confidence as a coach for these guys that they're coming off the South Carolina weekend and there's like zero signs at all of any sort of mental hangover or letdown or anything like that at all?
I mean, I've said it from day one. This team likes to compete. They like to be at the ballpark. We had early work today. They're just right, And again, I said early in the year, I have no idea how many games we're going to win, but I know that we're going to get better every day. When we struggle, we're not going to feel sorry for ourselves. We're just going to go back to work. And that's what they continue to do. I mean, we continue to take information from the weekend and try to portray that to our team and say what we've done well and where we could improve. And it's really fun. It's just fun to take the games, dissect it, bring it back to the lab, and then go back to work. And that's what's been happening.
And what was Sam dealing with injury-wise, and what could he become in that bullpen? I know obviously it's just his first outing, but small sample last year, but at times he looked like he really had some electric stuff. What could he develop into for you guys?
Well, he could be big for us because, we haven't had a whole lot of help in the bullpen from the left side. But Gordon, Wallace is still in that mix. But the thing with Sam is he had a real long stride and it was just kind of out of sync for a big 6'6" kid. And so we shortened him up a little bit, sped up his arm, kind of take some pressure off of his shoulder, which has kind of been the problem. But really in the big picture, he's healthy. His delivery was really clean, and that's what we're looking for. Little inconsistency with his curveball, but really like what we saw out of the pen. Excuse me.
That's you. Joe, go ahead.
I know we've talked about this a few times recently, but how big is it for Silas not only to get that home run, but to actually see a ball drop in and not be robbed from him for the first time?
Right.
It seems like a while.
It's just like Hodo tonight. Hodo hit a lot of balls hard tonight, and his first start, I think he had 2 or 3 hits that didn't get out of the infield. Big for Silas. What I was impressed with when you look at hitting the breaking ball was probably middle in and keeping it fair. It tells you that the kid is hitting right. He's hitting in the middle of the field. He was just in a good spot to drive that ball out of the park. And then his next at bat, he hits a double down the right field line after he fought off a couple of tough pitches. So, he's a worker. He's a kid that is demanding on himself. He's a kid that has always been offensive and just hasn't completely come out here yet in a short sample. I like him in that 5-hole, and I like what he's doing for us. And he'll continue because he's built right. We got so many kids that are just built right, and it's a lot of fun to come to the park every day with.
Dustin, you're up.
David, what does it do for a team when you've got guys that come off a bench and they're just attacking the game? You know, Dalton has a big swing of the bat. It just seemed like those guys came off the bench and were making plays themselves. Does that sort of add to the element of that good competitiveness roster where
doubt.
guys are competing for their jobs?
No doubt. And it tells starters you better not relax because somebody's going to take your job. And that is healthy competition right now.